Alright, let's get started on this thing then. So where I'm going to start, where I'm going to go, is there's a little bit of a rail here. You'll see. Along with all the rest. This rusty rail here is what I'm aiming at. And I'm going to lift it probably by around here and then put my jack up in there. Which isn't how I'd like it to look, but that is how it looks. I'm simply going to have to rely on it to hold us. I tend to leave the jack underneath it, usually around the same point, just in case, because I work on a lot of rusty vehicles and I do have a little bit of fear of them falling on me. So I got that there. Trying to be as safe as possible. I went over to the opposite side and threw some chucks in. Bop bop. That ought to prevent it from rolling either forward or backwards, but it's all-wheel drive, so logically it shouldn't really want to go anywhere anyways. But again, not to be trusted. So we'll go ahead and jack it up and I'll pop this tire off and we'll get to it. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. So I knew this tire was hot garbage. Looks like it's worn pretty crappy on both sides. But definitely much worse in here. Looks like overinflation. But I'm beginning to think there's more to this, more to that. Because you don't often see this. I can only imagine those three were replaced. So the question lies, why? Obviously when you buy vehicles from people, oh yeah, that one is actually completely decimated. Okay. If you can look there. Like, why am I using a light? See how it's completely separated from it? Yeah. Definitely shot. I mean, it's disappointing he didn't tell me it was in an accident. I can see why he wouldn't want to say that. Or maybe he felt like, you know, maybe it was an older accident that's actually unrelated to all this. Also blown out. Naturally. Yeah, but that, I'm just glad I made it home. Let's see, these bad Larrys look like they're not so bad, huh? Messy down here. This must be that power steering leak doing its work. I'm willing to bet if I got it up on the lift though and just washed out underneath, that'd be pretty good. But yeah, that's what we're gonna tackle tonight. And it looks like it's gonna come out easy and go in bad. So, thanks for joining me along this awful journey. Man, I got you right in front of all my tools. Alright, so it's actually surprisingly easy. That bolt back there has to come out. There's a bolt hiding back in there that has to come out. That one has no nut on the other side, so it's pretty simple. And then, God's up to spot, she's there. This little pinch bolt thing, that has to come separated, and then this comes down, new one goes up and in. And one thing I gotta be 100% honest, I feel like everyone online makes it look really easy. I did the other side already, just to be a little more confident in this particular one. And it was not easy. So bear with me. You're probably gonna get some time lapses as I struggle and grunt and groan, but hopefully give you some insight on how to do it yourself, or you maybe get some laughs at my misfortune. Well, the camera died, but here's what we got. We're back together now. The difficulty I was having was largely due to the fact that I left that pinch bolt in there. It's just around the corner here. That bolt right there, I had left it in while I was working with it and decided to try it that way, and it just wasn't successful. So I inevitably did remove that. It took the 18 millimeter socket, and then I used a breaker bar to pretty much put everything I had into it, and it finally loosened. And then from there I was able to wiggle it, added some more penetrant, and then wiggle it some more, and then tapped it out, and then it slid in just like it should. So slid that together, I put the jack underneath it to add tension to that system. After I put all the bolts in loosely, snug but not like tight. Get it up, and then you're gonna wanna, I believe the front is 65 foot-pounds, up here 100, and that's if they're made before '08, and this is an '08, so it had to have been made before '08. And then in the back, that back one there was 135 foot-pounds of torque. So and then of course put them all back on, 100 foot-pounds on the lug nuts, and you're good to go. So with that in mind, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to show more of that part of it. I hope that what I did show benefited you. And we're on to the next project now tonight. It's going to be this mirror, because I have yet to take this thing out, and in order to back it out, I thought, man, it would sure be nice to have that mirror just to make sure I don't find myself scraping against anything real solid. So we're gonna replace this. You're gonna see how I do that with this one right up in here. And it actually came from the guy I bought it from. He had this here, but he was scared it was gonna take a long time to get it done. And yeah, I'll show you how. It's real straightforward though. Not the first time I've done one of these. So enjoy.